Hi gang, Rob here. It is the evening of 4 January 2024. Thursday night, 9 o'clock. Time for a knife sale on the TheApostleP channel, the first one of the new year. And a knife sale we shall have. Kind of a big one. Going to be kind of a fun one, lots of budget knives. Before we get into the meat of it, let's do a little bit of housekeeping as usual. First up, I need you to be familiar with and agreeable to the terms of the sale. I'm going to post them on the screen for you in just a moment. I will also print a little bit of an expanded list in the description underneath this video. That one will include some instructions on insuring your package in number 6, so do give that a read. Also in the description, which is very important to these videos by the way, at the very top you're going to see 3 links to previous videos on the channel. The first one, especially pertinent if you're new to this weekly sale, is a primer for buyers. That is a 38-minute expanded explanation of the terms of the sale. It will explain how we do things and why. So if you know how to do that, it will make your purchase experience go much more smoothly. The second link is to my FAQs for Consignors video. That one explains how this all works if you're interested in using this weekly sales event to move along some of your collection. And then the third link, as always, is to my rates and services video for the TheApostleP Knife Service, the original precision sharpening service for the online knife community. So in the all-important video description, you'll see those 3 links at the top. Then you will see the terms of the sale, and at the bottom, the list of tonight's inventory, complete with timestamps on the left, pricing on the right. In the pricing column, a couple things to make note of. There will generally be 2 prices listed. The one to the left of the slash is the price of your knife as shown in the video. The one on the right, the price of your knife as sharpened by the TheApostleP Knife Service. There will be next day sharpening this week for the first 5 knives purchased to be sharpened. Those will ship tomorrow, Friday the 5th, with all of the as shown inventory. If you fall outside of that first 5, not to worry, your knife will ship within 3 weeks. If you see the word sold in lieu of pricing for any knife listed, that means that particular knife has been bought and paid for by its new owner. No need to send an inquiry or an I'll take it for anything marked sold, all caps, exclamation point. I think that's about it for the housekeeping. Let's get the terms up on the screen for you, and we'll be right back with the sale inventory. Here are the terms. Alright, let's get to it, shall we? First up, we just have 2 leftovers from last week's sale, both of them with wood handles. I'm not sure what that means. Here's the first one. It is from Civivi. It is the C21006-3 Conspirator. Just a super nice little pocket knife. Not that small, actually. This one's scaled in stunning Quiburcia wood. Pretty standard Civivi construction. It is a ball bearing flipper. It has a button lock mechanism. The clip is going to be deep carry tip up, ambidextrous. The blade, 3 7/16 inches of sort of blasted and maybe a light acid wash on the Nitro V blade. The handle, 4 9/16 inches in length. Generous real estate for your hand, and very comfortable and warm with that wood. Let's see, it's a Civivi, so I would imagine the lockup is dead rock solid, and it is. The action is ball bearing smooth. The centering is perfect. Condition on this one like new in box. These are available for purchase brand new at various websites for about $83. We ran this one last week at $60, did not sell, dropped it to $50 for the weekend, still here. $40 is your price this week. $65 with my ads. Next day sharpening is available. Next up, we have one from SOG in the ridiculous packaging. It is the Twitch XL, kind of an older design from SOG. This one has been adorned with some rosewood scales Solid wood, by the way. You see no lamination, just grain all the way through, and it's pretty good looking wood. The Twitch, kind of an interesting knife. Laminated construction, lots of layers going on. And it is a mid-lock with a safety. A very SOG clip, as you can tell by the branding. It'll be deep carry, tip up, ambidextrous. And here's the here's the little trick. It's a flipper with a spring assist and a mid-lock. How about that? The blade, 3 1/4 inches of Aus 8 steel. Kind of an interesting drop point. The handle is 4 3/8 inches long. The lockup is really rock solid. There's your spring tension. See? The centering on this knife, it moves around a little bit because in the closed position, there's a lot of blade play. Not present, though, when it's open. Just so you know. We'll call this one near mint in box. These are available brand new at your favorite retailer for 79 bucks. We ran this one last week at 50, didn't sell it. Dropped it to 40 for the weekend, still here. I don't think this knife gets enough love, but it is what it is. Your price this week, 29 bucks, shipped priority mail, 54 with my edge. Next day sharpening is available. That's the Twitch XL in Rosewood. All right, on to the fresh stuff. First up, no box with this one. Interesting affair, wouldn't you say? This is from Spartan, and it is the Enyo. I believe I've seen it phonetically spelled out that way, Enyo. A little fixed blade necker. There is a beaded chain included. There's also a belt strap. I'd probably remove the strap and just neck it, but anyway. We have a blade that appears to be 5/32 stock thickness, and this is coated in something called Flat Dark Earth Spartacoat. It is paracord wrapped with a Spartan helmet bead. It's basically a skeletonized handle knife. I measure the blade at 3 inches, and that's about to the middle of the choil, which gives you 3 3/16 left for handle. We'll call this one near mint, no box. You can buy these at your favorite web retailer for 165 bucks, brand new. This one has 0 edge wear and really 0 coating wear, although the FDE Spartacoat does pick up every bit of dirt you can find. Let's do 125 on this one, 150 with my edge. So these Spartan, Harsey, Enyo, and FDE. Next up, this comes from a consignor that sent me a bunch of knives. And this was kind of all by itself, no box, in the bottom of a huge box of knives. It is the Emerson Combat Karambit. So the smaller version, I guess, of the Super Karambit. Black Emerson G10, titanium liner lock. Interesting thing about this knife is ambidextrous clip mount, tip up. It opens either with an oval hole or the wave mechanism. It is a black coated blade in 154 cm. 2 5/8 blade, 4 5/8 handle. You know, it's a ringtail Karambit. Very comfortable. Titanium liner lock, normal Emerson construction. Lockup is dead rock solid. No real stick there. Blade, I don't know, it's chisel ground, but I don't think it's quite centered. I think it favors the right side just slightly. So, a little bit of coating wear, but I don't know, the edge is still pretty much there. So we'll call it excellent, no box. These are out of stock. When they were available, the web price would have been about $250. Let's do this one at $135 like it is. 165 if you'd like it with my edge. That's the Emerson Combat Karambit. Next up, a very cool knife from Benchmade, and sort of outside their comfort zone. It's the 601 Tengu Flipper, designed by Jared Oser. This knife does not have a clip. It comes in a white stitched black grained leather slip. And here it is. How's that for a handsome devil? Great little Sunday go to meeting knife, I think. So layered black and white G10. I'm not sure how they did the shield, but it's pretty cool. Kind of a federal shield with the white G10 peeking through the black. It is a ball bearing flipper. Flips great. The blade is a Tanto in CPM 20 CV, 2 3/4 inches in length. Kind of a Chris Reeve Tanto, wouldn't you say? With that big bevel on the front. Stainless steel liner lock mechanism. Lockup is dead rock solid, no slip, no stick. Blade centering on this Tengu, pretty much down the middle. Man, that feels good flipping, I'll tell you what. So yeah, 2 3/4 blade, 3 13/16 handle in the slip. Condition on this one we will say is near mint in box. These are discontinued and out of stock now. When they were available, they had a Benchmade map price of $187. Let's go $135 on this one. $165 if you like it with my edge on it. That's the Benchmade 601 Tengu Flipper. Next up, interesting knife. Interesting knife. It is a Benchmade, and it is a Bugout, but it is not a 535 BK-4. This knife started life as a regular, I don't know, it might have been a -1 because it's got a black blade, or a BK-1. Probably came with the black CF Elite scales, which are not present, but it's wearing a set of Flightanium stonewashed titanium scales and a gear pattern titanium backspacer. It does have the Parkerized shorty deep carry clip, which will be right hand only on this one. The blade is standard S30V. It does have a little bit of coating wear. How's the edge? If I were buying this, I would probably pay me to sharpen it. So 3 1/4 inch blade, 4 3/16 handle, axis lock mechanism, free drop in action, rock solid lockup, centering pretty much dead. Condition, I'm going to say is, what am I going to say? I don't know, kind of like very good in the wrong box. So you'd have had like, what, 150, 160 for the knife, then you'd probably pay, what, another 100 or so for the scales. I can't remember. Who cares? All I know is this. You can buy this one for 120 bucks, just like it is, or 145 with my edge. Benchmade 535 BK Bugout with Flightanium titanium scales. Next up, another one from Benchmade. This is a 535-3 Bugout. That is the carbon fiber and S90V variant. We had one of these last week at a little higher price because it was pristine. This one is a bit of a user. So carbon fiber scales, blue hard anodized aluminum backspacer, Parkerized shorty deep carry clip, ambidextrous tip up. S90V blade, 3 1/4 blade, 4 3/16 handle, dead rock solid lockup. Let's see. Not quite a free dropper as it is currently tuned, but still flickable, right? So there's a little bit of wear on this knife, pretty much confined to the thumb studs. I think you can see that. Let's see the edge. Yeah, it's been used a little. It's not dull, but it's been used. Rock solid lockup and centering very, very close to perfect. So we'll call this excellent in box, stud wear noted. You can buy one of these brand new at your favorite Benchmade dealer. It'll cost you $297. This one, pre-broken in, can be yours for $190 like it is, $220 with an ApostleP edge. The Benchmade 535-3 Bugout carbon fiber and S90. Next up, another Benchmade. This one, the 945 Mini Osborne, the baby brother to the 940. Here you go. You've got green, hard anodized aluminium scales, Parkerized split arrow clip, purple, hard anodized aluminum standoffs instead of the titanium backspacer. We went open construction on the baby. The blade is S30V. Blade length is 2 15/16. The handle 3 13/16. Axis lock mechanism. Thumb studs, phosphor bronze washers. Super sweet action on this one. I mean, super sweet. Centering is down the middle. Lockup is dead rock solid. Got a little bit of carry wear on the handle. Let's see, how's the edge? Edge is very good. Like, I would say carried a lot, used very little. It's actually a sharp Benchmade factory edge. And a nice example. We'll call it excellent in box. Just the slightest little bit of handle wear, a little nick right there by my thumbnail. So the price of these online retail is $207. Let's go $130 on this one. $155 with an ApostleP edge. Next day sharpening is available. The 945 Mini Osborne from Benchmade. Next up is a cute little Kershaw and a very interesting knife. You'll notice no American flag, so this is a Chinese Kershaw. It is the 1190 Kapsule. A great little, I guess, a money clip knife. Check it out. Kind of blocky construction. FRN scales in black, and then a blue FRN backspacer with a lanyard slot. The clip is going to be deep carry, ambidextrous. Now this is not an auto, this is a manual OTF knife. So it's locked in the closed position. You depress this blue button and then you slide the blade out. It is a bayonet grind, single edge in 8CR13 MOV. The blade length is 1 7/8. The handle is 3 1/8. And to retract, again, it's locked out. You depress the button and pull back. And then it's locked closed. Kind of a cool little knife. Little money clip letter opener affair. I'll call it near mint in box. You can buy a new one of these for $35. Then you'll pay sales tax and some postage. But this one you can have for $25. All in. Shipped. Priority mail. If you want my edge on it, I'll do that one for $20. So $45. Sharpened. That's the 1190 Kapsule from Kershaw. Next up, more Kershaw. This one is made in the USA, and it is the 7250 Launch 9, a little California legal automatic. Black hard anodized aluminum scales, deep carry, tip up, ambidextrous pocket clip, button lock automatic, no safety because safeties are stupid. The blade, 1 15/16 inches of CPM 154. Great looking little drop speary blade with a beautiful fuller, nice acid stonewash finish. The handle is 3 3/16. How's it work in the hand? Well, the pinky's going to dangle, but other than that, pretty nice. Lock up, rock solid. Strong spring for a little knife. Thwack! And the blade centering, as basically all launches are, is perfect. I'm going to call this near mint in box because there is just the slightest bit of clip wear. Okay? So you can buy one of these brand new for $105 plus tax usually. This one, all in, shipped priority mail, $75 like it is. If you like my edge, add $25, so $100 with an ApostleP edge. That is the Launch 9 from Kershaw. Next up, more Kershaw, more American-made Kershaw. This will be the 7125 Launch 12, an homage to the Italian stiletto in a button lock automatic with carbon fiber inlay. Pretty sweet. So black hard anodized aluminum scales. Get the backwards flag. Got an ambidextrous tip-up clip. The guard built into the handle, and thwack, button lock automatic. Beautiful spear point blade, cool fuller. CPM 154 blade, 2.5 inches in length. The handle is 3 3/4. Yeah, I'll buy that. Everything's pretty symmetrical on this knife. Lockup is rock solid. You saw the action, it's awesome. And the centering down the middle, just like a launch. Condition on this one, near mint to like new in box. These are $110 web retail. Let's do $90 on this one, all in, shipped priority mail. $115 if you'd like it with an ApostleP edge. Next day sharpening is available on the Launch 12, designed by Matt Diskin. What a beauty. Next up, got one from Boker Plus in their sort of new packaging. Big heavy box, got an inner pouch. A knife that we've seen a lot of over the last few years, the Brad Zinker designed Urban Trapper. This one with the titanium frame and the Cocobolo scales. Deep carry right hand, titanium spring clip. It is a ball bearing flipper with a super sexy kind of muskrat clip blade. That sure looks like a hand rubbed satin to me. VG10 blade. 3 7/16 is your blade length. It looks longer. 4 1/4 handle, so very efficient blade to handle ratio. I guess we'll call this a titanium liner lock. A little bit of texture on the inside of the liner. Now, look closely. If you put this knife under negative pressure, that lock does slip just slightly. It does not stick, and it doesn't fail. Let's face it, it's kind of a gent's knife. It's really not going to be an issue. Ball bearing action is super sweet. Blade centering is dead perfect. Flipping action is awesome. Condition on this one, near mint in box. Price of these brand new is $120 at your favorite web retailer. Let's do this one at $75 like it is. $100 with an ApostleP edge. That's the Urban Trapper and Cocobolo from Boker Plus. Next up, time for some SOG. This is the Ultra XR with the XR lock. We had one of these last week, same knife with the gold coated blade and clip. This is going to be the gray version. So solid carbon fiber is your scale material. Look how thin. Again, kind of a money clip knife. And that clip will be ambidextrous. Tip up left or right hand carry. Very deep carry. Plenty of room for some bills if you choose to go that route. You have a slot to open. Now this knife, it has vertical play. I'm not sure quite why. I think it just ran out of travel in the slot. It's there. No side play though. Blade stock super skinny, 3/32 at most. You got gray coated S35 VN, 2 13/16 inches. Is that right? Yes, 2 13/16 inches of blade. A little bit of coating wear on the back side of this blade, right at the shoulder. Phosphor bronze washers. The centering's kind of hard to see in there, but it's perfect, if not perfect, very close to perfect. Great little money clip knife. We'll call it excellent in box. Price of these brand new is $120. Let's do this one at $75 like it is. $100 with an ApostleP edge. The SOG Ultra XR in gray. Next up, this might be the buy of the sale. Another one from SOG. This is the Terminus XR with the carbon fiber G10 laminate handle. Don't know if you can see it. There you go. Some milled slots for texture. Clip is going to be deep carry ambidextrous tip up. This XR lock has a little more elegant actuation button for the XR lock, and it has a flipper and thumb studs. S35 VN blade, gorgeous swedge drop point, gray coated. Lockup is super solid. I mean, not a hint of movement. I think this one's on, it is on ball bearings, not phosphor bronze washers. Look at that centering, perfect. So perfect action, lockup, and centering. Don't think I found any wear on this knife, anywhere. We'll call it near mint in box. These are $100 brand new at your favorite web retailer. They might be out of stock. I don't know if I could, yeah, I think I did find them one place. Let's do 70 on this one, 95 with an ApostleP edge. Next day sharpening is available if it's one of the first 5. Next up, it is time for a pretty long run of CPOS knives, as I affectionately call them. This one from Artisan Cutlery. This is the old black box, got a tin and a pouch inside. This is sort of, I don't know, Artisan still doesn't seem to name their knives very effectively, but this is the 1707G-BU Shark. So that model number indicates that it is a Shark with a blue anodized titanium frame, clip, and backspacer, as well as carbon fiber inlay. We have a steel inserted titanium frame lock, a milled titanium clip that is tip up and reversible, ambidextrous. It's a ball bearing flipper, nice flipper tab, no death lock, fingers on lock bar, opens just fine. A long, thin drop point in S35 VN, beautifully stone washed. There's your lock engagement. The lockup is dead rock solid. That is buttery, buttery ball bearing action. And the centering will be dead down the middle. I'm calling this knife near mint in box with slight carry wear, and it's pretty much confined to the clip. Just a little rub right there. But all in all, in really, really nice shape. Price of these brand new online is $160. I think I found them at a couple retailers. We will call this one at $115. Let's do $115 like it is 140 sharp end on the Shark from Artisan Cutlery. Next up, another one from Artisan. This is the 1843 or the 1843 PS-DRC, and I don't know that I could find a name for this one. I think it had one, but I can't remember what it was. Comes with a little specification card. The steel AR RPM 9 at 59 to 61 Rockwell, micarta handle, ceramic ball bearings. This has, I'm saying a, oh gosh, maroon micarta. Looks like canvas. Clip, deep carry tip up, right hand only. This one opens with a slot. Great satin finish on that AR RPM 9 steel. 3 1/16 blade, 3 15/16 handle, so really efficient blade to handle ratio. Stainless steel liner lock mechanism. Locks up early. It is super solid. Smooth ball bearing action. Perfectly centered blade. Nice little hidden lanyard pin in the micarta backspacer. Like new in box is your condition. These are discontinued and out of stock and unobtainium. I could not find this configuration of the 1843 anywhere. We're going to do this one at $30 all in, shipped priority mail. $55 if you'd like it with my edge on it. That is the Artisan Cutlery 1843 PS-DRC. Next up, I think this model is one of the first Artisan cutlery knives I ever saw. There's your box. There's your label. It's the small Archaeo model 1821 NLS-PW. Here's your specification card. Damascus blade at 58 to 60 Rockwell. Pack of wood scales. Ceramic ball bearings. Very cool little knife. Good looking pack of wood on this thing too. So you get that sort of proprietary Artisan pivot. Some gold anodized pivot collars. A milled titanium clip also anodized in gold. There's your backspacer with the hidden lanyard pin. And this lanyard comes with a locking pin. So it is not a locking knife. It's a double detent knife on ball bearings. Damascus blade. And if you want it to become a lock blade, well, you just take that little pin there and you stick it in that hole and you cannot close the blade. I don't think that lock's going to fail. I do not. There is your Damascus blade, kind of a raindrop pattern. Blade is 2 7/8. The handle is 4 inches. We'll call it near mint in box. And really the only reason I'm not calling it like new, there's a little snag in the lanyard. So let's see. These are out of stock at $75 web retail. I think I found a listing at White Mountain, but the page wasn't even active anymore. So let's do $50 shipped priority mail on this one, $75 with my edge. The small Archaeo 1821 NLS-PW from Artisan Cutlery. Next up, we got a little Civivi party for you. First one here, it is the C2020 DS-1 Pintail. Carbon fiber over G10 laminate handle, Damascus blade. Deep carry tip-up pocket clip that'll be ambidextrous. The lanyard hole is in the liners. Ball bearing flipper. Stainless steel liner lock. Locks up pretty early and securely. The blade is Damascus, 2 15/16 inches in length, 3 15/16 inch handle. And what's that? You don't like flippers? Well, guess what? How about some thumb studs? Blade centering is dead down the middle. Lock up dead rock solid. Let's see. We'll call this one near mint in box. Price of these new online, 77 bucks. Your price for this one, why spend the extra money? $50 like it is. 75 with my edge. Next day sharpening is available. That's the Pintail from Civivi. Next up, it's a Civivi. It is the C801DS Backlash, kind of the base handle with a cool blade. So we got 3D machined black G10. We got a tip-up ambidextrous deep carry pocket clip. Got a liner lock mechanism. Got a ball bearing flipper, and a Damascus blade with a nice forward finger choil. That is a 3 7/16 inch hollow ground, kind of harpoon spear. Very cool. There's the engagement on your stainless steel liner lock, blackened liners. Nice and early, nice and solid. Ball bearing action is just fine. Blade centering is just perfect. Condition on this one will be near mint in box. These are out of stock. When they were last available, you could buy a brand new one online for 40 bucks, but you can't buy a brand new one online for 40 bucks anymore because they're gone. You can, however, buy this one for $30, all in, shipped priority mail, 55 with my edge, and next day sharpening is available. That's the C801DS Backlash from Civivi. Next up, the Civivi party rolls on with another one. This, the C907T-A Elementum. The Elementum, a ubiquitous model for Civivi in a variety of forms. This one is a liner lock Elementum scaled in what they call hand-rubbed brass. So it's got kind of a satin finish and then a black sort of antiquing over top. Comes with a tip-up deep carry clip that'll be right hand only. Blackened stainless steel liner lock. And a blade in a tumbled DLC Tanto. Actually really well executed. 2 15/16 blade in D2. 3 15/16 handle. There is your engagement on the liner lock. It is rock solid. Got a little forward finger choil. Man, does that melt into the hand. Lockup is rock solid. Ball bearing action is beautiful. Centering is dead perfect. Flips like a beast. We'll call this one near mint in box. These are currently on sale at Amazon for 41 bucks. They used to sell for a lot more than that. This one can be yours all in, shipped, no sales tax, no postage paid, priority mail, 30 bucks like it is, 60 if you'd like it with my edge. The Civivi Elementum Brass Tanto C907T-A. All that description is important because next we have another Civivi Elementum. This is the C907T-D with brown matrix micarta handle and a D2 blade in black. So same model, different scales, right? Most people would call that a burlap micarta. Pretty good looking material, actually. Significantly lighter than the brass, just so you know. Pocket clip's going to be tip up deep carry right hand only. Ball bearing flipper, liner lock mechanism, and then that same tumbled DLC Tanto blade. 2 15/16 inches of blade, 3 15/16 inches of handle. There's your lock engagement, nice and early but secure. Ball bearings are silky smooth. Pretty good lock tension on this one. Centering is dead perfect. Condition on this one is like new in box. These are currently on sale at Knife Center for 45 bucks. This one can be yours, all in, shipped, priority mail, 35, like it is, 65 with an apostrophe edge. The C907T-D Elementum Matrix Micarta Tanto from Civivi. Next up, the big brother of Civivi. This one is from We Knife, and it is the Eidolon, E-I-D-O-L-O-N, model 19074A-C with twill carbon fiber, integral handle, and a 20 CV blade. Check out this little guy. No seam, one piece, super light. The clip will be right hand tip up deep carry, and I think it is, yeah, it is milled titanium. It looks like a spring clip when you're looking at the look. Not so. Very cool. Beautifully nested, no screw heads to get in the way of your pocket material. It is a front flipper, but I got to tell you guys, I ain't front flipping it because I suck at it. Look at that gorgeous hollow ground spear point swedged blade in 20 CV. 2 13/16 inches of blade, 3 13/16 inches of handle. It is a liner lock mechanism, and I believe that is a stainless steel liner. Very interesting how the blade tang interfaces with the lock. It's kind of a double security. The actual lock face is here, but look how far the tang extends underneath the liner. Kind of like a traditional knife liner lock. That ain't going anywhere. Kind of cool. Kind of cool. That, of course, is what sticks out the end of the handle when it's closed to provide the flipping mechanism. Very well designed knife. Let's see. Lockup is dead rock solid. Action is silky smooth. Centering is perfect. Condition like new in box. That's a super well made knife. We'll call it, I was going to say like new, but I got a little bit of scuffing on the pivot, so we'll call it near mint in box. Price of these brand new varies wildly. I found them at a couple different retailers between $170 and $202 web retail. This one $140 shipped priority mail, $170 with an ApostleP edge. Next day sharpening is available. That's the WE 19074A-C Eidolon in twill carbon fiber. Next up, we have reached the time in the sale where we reveal the Rob's Pick, the knife that is only visible to you viewers at 9 o'clock. Early birds did not get to see this one. It's from High Water Knives. That's the logo. Lot E4, and there's the signature of the maker on this big tube. Microfiber cloth inside. This is the High Water Knives Estuary. Made in Utah. Small batch custom knife. So the handle scales are black hard anodized aluminum. Interesting wave pattern on the high water. The clip is long, tip up, ambidextrous. It is a button lock mechanism, ball bearing flipper. And check out that blade. Milled blade, not ground. If you like the Grimsmo Norseman, this is a similar theme, but a much more, I think, usable blade style. Big long blade, 3 9/16 of CPM 154, and I believe that is a factory convex polished edge, and man, does that look great, and it is sharp. The handle is 4 3/4. The lockup is rock solid. The ball bearing action is silky smooth, and it flips like a rocket. The centering is down the middle. Condition like new in tube. These are out of stock. When they ran them, They were $2.99 web retail. I'm calling it like new in tube. Your price, $2.50. No need to sharpen. Trust me. That is the estuary from High Water Knives. The Rob's Pick in tonight's sale. And what a beauty it is. Next up, another cool kind of niche-y knife from Superlativ Knives. So this brand is a joint venture of Javi Garcia, Enrique Pena, and Jared Oser. The model is the Piranha. The handle's titanium dark blast. The belt CPM M4. Full serrated with a belt satin. What a cool little knife this is, guys. Check that out. There is some spotting on the titanium handle. The knife has never been used, but I'm not sure what happened there. Could you maybe make it go away? I don't know. Very interesting, isn't it? And here's how you open it. It has a magnetic lock right there and right there. And then it swings open and locks open. There is a little bit of vertical play in the mechanism. No side play. Check out that little serrated sharp finger. And yes, CPM M4. How's M4 going to hold up serrated? It'll be amazing. I mean, it'll be amazing. What a little... Man, those are sharp serrations too. That is a cool knife. Think you could open some boxes with that? Dimensions, 2 5/8 inches of M4. Scariness. 3 3/4 inches of handle. I think my vertical play just went away. It did. So I guess it just kind of settles in. We'll call it near mint in box, and then to close it, you just shift that scale the other way, and everything swings to the closed position. Super cool. These are out of stock. When they were last available, they were $2.85 web retail. Let's do $2.20 on this one. No need to touch up those serrations. They are super sharp. That is the Superlativ Piranha. Next up, we have one from Drop and Michael Gavick. It is the Drop Gavco Nurse. Well, I shouldn't say all, but most of his offerings, the production versions, are all named after shark species. This one, no exception. So the Nurse, a large shark that's very gentle, not dangerous. Look at that. How about the shark gills behind the pivot? How about that? How about all the beautifully milled holes? How about that gorgeous milled titanium pocket clip right hand tip up only? Beautiful flipper tab. I mean, beautiful flipper tab. And the blunted sort of sheep's foot blade, I think is why we call this one the Nurse Shark. Blade steel is S35VN. Blade length is 3 inches. Handle length super efficient as usual from Mr. Gavick, only 3 7/8. The steel inserted titanium frame lock locks up early and securely. Rock solid. Ball bearing action is beautiful. Centering is perfect. Condition like new in the box. These are out of stock. I found one listing. Drop doesn't always sell all of them on their website. This was another retailer. They were $179. I did find one sold listings on eBay for $175 sold. This one, let's do it $150 like it is, $175 with my edge. Next day sharpening is available. That is the Drop Gavco Nurse. Cool knife. Next up, it's time for a little run of Monterey Bay knives, old MBK. First among them is a Slayback in OD canvas micarta. Ray Laconico design. Ball bearing flipper. How about that blade? Look at that. That is one menacing looking Wharncliffe blade. Sanmai ZDP 189, and it has been a user, so you're going to see a little scuffing and scratching in the cladding portion. So a softer stainless steel cladding over a ZDP 189 core. 2 13/16 blade, 3 15/16 handle, titanium liner lock, milled titanium pocket clip, right hand tip up. Lockup is early and rock solid, a little bit of stick because it is titanium, but nothing objectionable. Beautiful flipping action. And how's the centering? I don't know, it's perfect. So let's see. We'll call it excellent to near mint. Blade scratches noted. No box with this one. Let's do 110 bucks. Shipped priority mail like it is. $135 if you'd like it with my edge. The MBK Slayback OD canvas. Next up, we got another one from MBK, Monterey Bay Knives. This is a Slayback in ZDP with maroon linen micarta scales. This knife obviously has been carried little or none. No hand oils have soaked into that linen micarta yet, so you see the layers beautifully. Milled titanium right hand tip up pocket clip, ball bearing flipper. Oh, look at that. Sanmai ZDP 189 blade, laminated. So the hard, brittle-ish ZDP 189 down the middle, clad in a softer stainless steel to make it able to bend without breaking. 2 13/16 blade, 3 15/16 handle, right hand tip up, pocket clip, titanium liner lock. There's your engagement. It is rock solid. Centering's perfect. Flipping action, stupendous. Condition like new in pouch. These are out of stock. When they were available, they were $190 web retail. Your price for this one, $135 like it is. $160 with an ApostleP edge. That is the MBK Slayback in maroon linen. There are 3 Slaybacks in the sale, so be specific in your I'll take it. Next up is the third Slayback. This one comes with an orange embroidered Monterey Bay pouch. It comes with an extra milled titanium clip. And here's the knife. All titanium Slayback. There's the clip that's installed. So we have a ball bearing flipper, titanium liner lock, rock solid lockup, blade, Sanmai ZDP 189, so a softer stainless on the outside, the hard Thule ZDP 189 down the middle, 2 13/16 of Wharncliffe, 3 15/16 of titanium handle. There's your engagement on the titanium liner lock. Centering is dead nuts perfect. Flipping action beautiful. Lockup rock solid. We'll call this like new in pouch with an extra clip. When these first ran, they were $215 web retail. They are currently available from Monterey Bay for $172. This one, like new in pouch with the extra clip, you know, just in case you booger this one up. Let's do $150 like it is, $175 with my edge. That's the MBK Slayback, all titanium. Next up, in our last Monterey Bay knife of the night, comes in the pouch. This is one they ran early on in their history, but not since. All these are designed by Ray Laconico, by the way. This is the EWC. It is a double detent flipper with carbon fiber scales. So no locking mechanism, just a detent to hold it closed, and a detent to hold it open. And I'm calling this a flipper slash front flipper, because it is a front flipper that I can actually do. And it's a conventional flipper. Whoops, yeah, that's funny. Flips well. Spear point blade has my grubby fingerprints all over it. Blade steel is M390 on this one. Blade length 2 7/8. Handle 3 7/8. Same Monterey Bay clip that's ubiquitous on a lot of their models. Milled titanium, right hand tip up. Crisp detents in both positions, which gives it that amazing flipping action. And a ball bearing pivot. This one, like new in the pouch, these are discontinued unobtainium. The Monterey Bay website doesn't even list this model anymore. And there are none for sale or recently sold on eBay. Let's do 160 on this one. 185 with an ApostleP edge. It's the MBK EWC double detent flipper in carbon fiber. Next up, probably the bargain of the sale. It's from Kershaw and it's in a big box. It is the 2077 Strata XL. And this is not a cold steel. But look at it, it's huge. Right? That is a 6 5/8 inch handle. Black G10 on the show side. Copper pivot collars, I guess I would call those. Or maybe they're a copper anodized aluminum. I'm not quite sure. This is a stainless steel frame lock knife. Bead blasted. I do see a little bit of spotting. The pocket clip is going to be deep carry tip up right hand only. And it is a ball bearing flipper. Look at the size of that blade. That is a D2 blade, 5 7/16 inches long. Oh, and by the way, it's wearing a polished edge. Oh. From the TheApostleP Knife Service. I'm sorry, Mike Stewart, but you're wrong. What? This is a D2 blade. It does not take a horrible edge. It takes an amazing edge, and it is super sharp and does hold on to it forever. Mike always says D2 takes a horrible edge and holds on to it forever. Well, I don't know about the horrible edge part. That's a pretty cool piece. So let's look mechanically. Rock solid lockup. Nicely engaged, deeply engaged, but it isn't going to move. Stainless steel liner lock. Ball bearing. Do not get in the way of that blade when it's closing. And perfect centering with all that blade. How about that, boys? So these are currently available, and I think they're sort of clearing them out. You can find them brand new between $46 and $52. This one, however, with a far better than factory edge that my seller paid me $30 to do, right? So if you bought this brand new and sent it to me to sharpen, you'd have $76 to $82 wrapped in it, plus sales tax, plus postage 2 ways. Or just buy this one, all in, shipped, priority mailed, $55. That's the Kershaw 2077 Strata XL with an ApostleP edge. Next up, we have reached the fixed blade portion of this evening's sale. And the first one, no box, it's a monster. Oh. From Tops Knives, this is the Storm Vector. Comes in a big Kydex sheath with a leather dangle and belt loop. And then you have this neoprene keeper. Oops, I'm doing that the wrong way. This is a directional snap, and it comes open this way, and it closes the other way. If you try to do that, it'll not open. So if you snag this, it's not going to open. And it's very important because it's an open top sheath with good retention, though. You have to sort of snap the handle out. Let's get that out of the way. And here's the blade. This is oiled up because although this comes with Tops's, as they call it, sniper gray finish, the 1095 blade will spot, and there are some spots on this blade that you can see sort of through the stone wash. I love the logo. Look at the lightning bolt coming down. So I know you can't see this, but it's 12.5 inches of blade. And this is sort of a Sax, S-E-A-X design. The handle is black canvas micarta with thick blue liners. Is that 5/16 stock? It might be. Oh man, what a beast of a knife. So these are available new for $226 web retail plus tax, I'm sure. This one can be yours. Near mint, no box, slight spotting is the only reason not like new. Who cares? Your price for this one, all in, shipped priority mail, $185 like it is. If you want me to sharpen that over a foot of cutting edge, you're going to pay. $230 if you want my edge on it. How sharp is it out of the box? Pretty doggone sharp. Let's face it, guys, it's a chopper. Just go use the heck out of it. That is the Storm Vector from Tops. Man, how cool is that? How cool is that? Okay. Next up, we have a Tops knife with a box from the tactical division, which is hilarious when I show you the knife. Okay. This is the Tops Wild Pig Hunter Blackout Edition. Tactical pig hunting. Comes in a Kydex sheath with the awesome swiveling steel belt clip. Beautiful retention. There's no rattle. So I got two of these, and the first one, and please reference this in your I'll Take It, this comes in the crinkle black finish. So the Pig Hunter, 8 inches at $10.95, a milled fuller to make it slip between the fur and the skin and the fat and the ribs of that pig, wearing a convex ApostleP edge. Oh, ow. 5-inch handle in 3D machine black G10 with red liners and a lanyard hole. Beautiful self-guard in the full tang knife, because you're going to be stabbing. You're going to be stabbing that porker. So condition will be near mint in box with a gleaming, beautifully sharp ApostleP edge. You can buy these brand new. No, you can't. They're out of stock. When they were available at a web retail of $200, that's $35 worth of my sharpening on there. So if you bought this brand new and had me sharpen it, as my consignor did, he's got $235 wrapped up in this knife, plus postage. Your price, $160 all in, shipped priority mail, on the Tops Wild Pig Hunter Blackout Edition in crinkle black with an ApostleP edge. Oh. Next up. Oh. It's another Tops box. It's another Tactical Pig Hunter, right? It is another Blackout Edition Wild Pig Hunter. Kydex sheath, steel swivel clip, no rattle. Great thumb release. Now this one has the blackwash finish, as Tops calls it. So in your I'll Take It, please be specific. The first one was the crinkle finish. This is the blackwash finish. Same knife, Blackout Edition Wild Pig Hunter. 8 inches at $10.95 with a convex ApostleP edge. Man, whoever that guy is, he can sharpen a knife. 5-inch handle in black 3D machine G10. Red liners, maybe they're orange, I don't know. Beautiful self-guard for stabbing the porker. Beautiful milled fuller to stab the porker. So if we are invaded by wild pigs, you have a tactical division tops wild pig hunter. Man, that's gorgeous. That is so gorgeous. So these are out of stock. When they were available at a web retail of 200 bucks. Then my seller who bought one for that also paid me 35 bucks to sharpen it. So he's got $235 wrapped up in this thing, never used it. Your price, $160. All in, shipped priority mail with my edge already present. The Tops Wild Pig Hunter Blackout Edition in black wash with an Apostle P edge. I should just keep that. All right. The last item in tonight's sale is a twofer. It's going to say in your inventory list, the Cold Steel Fixed Blade Combo. I'm making a mess over here. Something's going to fall. I know it is. So you got two cold steel boxes. And you got two cold steel knives. First is an SK5 in orange. Secure X sheath, nylon, dangle, and belt loop. Inside we got a knife, black crinkle coated SK5 steel, 6 1/8 blade, orange Cray X handle. You're not going to lose that knife. It feels so good. That stuff is so good in the hand. Let's see, Secure X sheath, like new in the wrong box. The sheath says Recon Tanto. He put it in the wrong box. This knife currently on sale for 35 bucks at Midway USA. So you get that one, and then you get this one. Also in a Secure X sheath. Look at that profile. This is the Cold Steel Drop Forged Wasp. It is a dagger, double-edged with a little bit of recurve, in 52-100 steel. Synthetic handle scales that are removable. It's funny. In the retail ad copy, Cold Steel says that we expect you to beat the crap out of this knife, and we expect you to break the scales, so you can just take them off and put new ones on. How about that? 7 1/4 inch dagger blade, 4 7/8 handle, like new in box. 68 bucks web retail. 35 bucks. What is that? 103 if you bought both of them brand new, plus tax plus postage. You can buy both of them all in, shipped priority mail, 85 bucks, plus 35 to sharpen this and 45 to sharpen both edges of that if you want. So 85, 120, 165. That's the Cold Steel Fixed Blade Combo. And that, my friends, brings us to the end of another weekly knife sale on the Apostle P channel. Hope you enjoyed it. I sure did. Happy New Year. Now go get you some deals. Grace to you and peace, my friends, from God our Father and the Lord Jesus Christ. I'll talk to you soon.